Okey tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, perlawanan pertama playoff knockout stage Homegirls Gaming Gladiators menentang Omega dan
Sama-sama kita saksikan di Land of Dawn.
Last match here for the day. I mean, I feel like we're just flying through the knockout stage, obviously, because this is the next one to decide who gets to the semifinals between these
Apa ni jungle nak guna apa?
And already,
Kena main rusuh ini.
I know Redmar mentioned the whole audience predictions. I feel like a lot of people might even be split amongst this because of what's happened with Malaysia lately. Like even for MSC, like Leo mentioned, they are on a rise here. And we'll see if the female team can replicate that success going forward. Because if they do beat Smart Mega Empress in this best of 3, that'd be great for them. That'd be great for the region and the story here. But I think they have a lot.
Kenapa kena kat stage dia ambil 3 bah? Memang rule macam tu. Kita nak buat macam mana?
Again, even though I'm Malaysian and seeing what Red Giants did in MSC, even I can't really say that Gaming Gladiators Homegirls can really take this one. Now I want to talk about
siapa boleh cancel cloud? Oh, ulti daripada ni je lah. Ulti pada Vexana je.
And mostly all of them are pretty tanky. Like even the mid laner is going to build up a Clock of Destiny.
Yeah.
So this Hayabusa, the real target is going to be Fafao on this Claude. And as long as Fafao is able to take care of herself, or Chiboy is able to hover around her to make sure that whenever she does get Ogi shadow killed, she'll get healed up. Once the Flash of the Oasis is done, it's going to be difficult for this Hayabusa to really do anything.
Yeah, I think Minotaur has just been, he's been the pick.
Yeah.
He's been the guy. I was going to say the guy, but he's been the animal, to bring to the table. He's the, well, as Mirko said, he's the bull.
He's the bull.
Tu, tabrak kat sana.
He fits in so many different team compositions. I think that's what makes him so good, but also the healing, like you mentioned. Even pre-Flask of the Oasis, like you still can't count it out. We've seen it so many times actually save, members that were running away, especially when it comes to these first objectives, the first turtle even. But yeah, once that Flask of the Oasis comes online, it's very helpful for the overall sustain of a team. As everybody pretty much tries to get this level 4, we still have Keshi, of course, working on her buff. They might have to give this one up. I don't think she's going to get there in time to contest this turtle here, as it looks like it's going to the hands of a Quinn. Just like that, gets the objective.
Let me just say as well, while Chiboy is running away, for our analysts, honestly, for Gaming Gladiators Homegirls, this draft is a very comfortable draft for them. Fafao can carry with the Claude. The Baxia is basically Queen Zero, and Chiboy on this miniature, like you said, it's the pick. So honestly, besides the Jushin, this is basically what Homegirls has been using for months, maybe even years now.
We haven't even talked about the elephant in the room. It's Jushin. Like so many times when she's picked up, it's like, how do you handle her? How do you handle playing against the whole flare concept, being dragged back, getting those stacks off really easily?
Tarikan, Chiboy mainin Fury.
The Eternal Guard going to be dropped down, and now Chiboy could be in trouble, but with the heal, she gets away with
wah, ni mati lah dia ni. Dia dah salah engage.
Amore could be in trouble with this
First
one.
blood.
She gets dragged back by the flare, and the first blood now secured here for GGHG.
And there we can see a bit of the strength coming in from the Jushin. Using her Crimson Beacon, she's able to move around quite well. Noble, Keishi built up the Sky Piercer here, but I'm not so sure whether it's usable for this one. I kind of prefer for something like a Hunter Strike or even a Blade of Hephaestus, just so that you have a little bit more damage.
Boleh plating bawah ni.
I feel like, it's just such a cheap item.
Yeah.
1,500 gold, you might as well grab it early on and see how that goes, because you can see she's going to work on the next, but I think you kind of rely on...
Ni dah play off bah, play off, betul.
Some damage.
Tarikan yang tidak terkena, Queen.
Oh, last hit. It looks like she's going to be okay. She's able to survive the exchange, but man, talk about escaping just by a thread. Smart Mega Empress, they got to respect the damage that's coming across from them, but they're still keeping it relatively easy. Going back to the point, even with Keshi picking up the Sky Piercer first item, they should have relatively good capabilities of managing the damage, early on, especially with Amore. She died earlier on. She was the first blood, but you can't count out, too, the Eternal Guard utility. And that's why they're going to go ahead and start up this turtle. Second objective for Smart Omega Empress. They'll go ahead and try to cap this one out, even it out, but the fight is going to go
with Keshi. Smart Omega.
Already secure the turtle. I'm not sure if they still
Final Slash flicker. Oh, mainin Fury. Mati lah ni Omega ni.
able to get a kill, but Chiboy
Lika daripada
also
Hani
on a more
mencari Haya. Nice.
Two,
Baik.
making three. That fall for Smart Omega Empress. They couldn't get anything out of it. GGH
Kalah
lost
team fight
the
Smart
objective.
Omega ni guys. Hero-hero dia begini.
This is where they really use their utility. I kind of feel like that's really good because right now we're gonna look at the STC.
Dah game ke berapa ni?
And
Yang
look at
pertama,
Honey
tuan-tuan.
throughout this entire fight. This is so rare that we see a mage being the pick-off hero. She's the one that can isolate a target. Like, look at this. She was even able to go to Keishi and take him down. Like, the amount of crowd control coming in from the Jushin as well as the Minotaur makes it so that Smart Omega Empress, they don't want to commit to the fight, but they didn't have a choice.
This is just like, I don't know, Odette 2.0.
Yeah.
You know,
A
pretty
different
much
kind of Odette. Odette deals damage. This one deals
stacks.
Yeah.
And utility.
utility, yeah.
Like, I mean, the way that
It's
you
a different
play
kind of Chow.
it is.
Tarikan.
And the fact that
Daripada
you can
Ruby.
even flicker forward and then, you know, get those stacks
Mino dah
back and
siap
drag
foto
them in.
pula
You
for
can drag multiple
Flock of
targets
Oasis.
as long as they're in that little radius of the flare. And also Flask of the Oasis was just picked up by Chiboy here, so she's got that now. A little more extra sustain that we talked about leading into this. You can see, I mean, a good kind of gold lead that they built up, all just based in the last couple seconds or last couple minutes.
Hani cutting lane ni nak fast rotate ni.
Honestly,
Oh, rotate terus.
having an amazing time in the lead.
Oh nak
I
panis lagi.
wouldn't necessarily say it's a
Honey
golden
zoning,
experience
bawah.
because I kind of feel like she didn't really have the time of her life.
Queen datang bawah
But still,
seorang.
Not yet.
Trade off.
Not yet, no.
Mirroring
getting
nampak
there, you
gayanya.
know,
Honey
but,
kat atas.
Turret is going to go down. First one there for Smart Omega Empress to get. There's the drag with the flare. This is what we're talking about. Not Ayanami could be in trouble. She pops the Vengeance, though, returning a lot of that damage back. She's trying to escape. She's going to get dragged again. What do you do against that? Time and time
Honest slash.
again. And now bring it to the mid lane. Not sure if they're still going to re-engage this, but yes, you're seeing this.
Turtle ni kalau tak dapat buat rugi.
The Jushin pick.
It makes it so that you don't have a choice.
Where do you go?
That makes it unfair. It's like legit.
Weh,
I
penuh,
don't want
tepung
to-
tu, ha.
No, mom, no.
No more.
Dekat screen handphone tu.
I want to pop again. No, you can't come here. And it's like, yeah, it's unfair. It's one of those catching mechanisms where it's like, for example, catching heroes, they can do it once.
Ah, cik kau
they can
tengok
say-
Hani main ML. Dia main ML tak guna ibu jari. Ada orang macam tu lah guys. Banyak lah sebenarnya. Nak cakap banyak tak banyak lah. Tapi ada orang macam tu.
There's gotta be.
Ava main macam tu.
Yeah,
Siapa lagi main macam tu yang aku tahu ah? Aku
I'm
lupa.
not sure because it's
Or
just
more mana usage.
that might help.
Yeah.
That might help because I mean, how many times have we seen whatever team does have to play against the Jushin, them trying to escape from it? I mean, looking at the items, hold on
Tarikan.
the fight though for this purple buff territory. GGH going to force them
Oh,
back.
Hani
Smart
frontline
Empress on the retreat a little bit, already using that Eternal Guard as well. She's even going to throw the Eternal Guard around, but they're low enough. They have to back off Chiboy with the heals for the motivational roar, and that's going to be it there. So again, as we were saying, you know, the power of that pick is showing here.
The thing is, I feel like the Hayabusa can deal with it. It's just the Minotaur. The minute, like, having this this Jushin alone, you have answers for it. Maybe something like a Yuzong, a Ling, a Hayabusa. But when you have this roamer that is pretty tanky and give sustain towards the mid lane, and then eventually Honey will build up more defense. So, yeah, this just feels like a double roam setup, honestly.
What is the answer for the Jushin?
Honestly, for me, I think
Oh,
it's
datang
the
balik. Dia
EXP,
nampak
the
Fafau.
diving kind of EXP that can
Fafau
tank
tak ada
a lot of
better mirror
damage
image.
and actually deal a lot of damage, especially an EXP laner that has a war cry or a hunt strike. I kind of feel like you can deal with the Jushin that way. The only thing is that it has to be able to move around, because if you're just in her face too long, she's gonna pull you anyway. So
It's kind of like once you use everything in your kit.
Wah, keyboard
you just
kau sama
kinda
lagi
have to
padu.
accept the
Tepuk
fact that
dada
you
tanya
don't
selera
have
korang lah
like,
guys.
you're not
Kau
gonna be
tak
able to
ajar
run
aku
away
pun
from it
macam no
unless you
point je
have a
kan.
flicker, unless you have a dash or something that you can gain some space, you know, or distance between you and the Jushin. But so far, it seems like Smart Omega
But
Empress
pop
hasn't
up.
been able to handle that, hasn't been able to solve it just yet.
honestly, the CC, I feel like if have maximum stacks on the war cry, she could try. Not
Oh,
sure if she
rotate
will
lot
succeed,
terus.
but maximum stacks on war axe might be
Oh,
enough
sandwich.
to do with the Jushin.
Okay, well, right now she's going to be a focus here under this tier 2 turret. You know, trying
turret
her
only.
best to keep it under
Honey?
wraps, and now the rest of the team.
Ultimate daripada Haya.
Going to be used already. Gets a couple health bars
Haya dah
down
ulti.
there, but nothing too much.
Lot.
Smart Omega Empress, I feel like they just really need more time to get the items. You know, Shinoa, she's been farming up. She hasn't died, at least in her case, but at what point does the Natan start to shine? Because it looks like they might have to give up this
Tarikan.
Lord here. I'm offended going to be used. There's the pull, the Eternal Guard going
Lord
to drop
dapat.
down, but Lord already secured by Quinn. I'm not sure if
Rika
they want to fight more. They know they don't have the firepower
daripada
here
Nathan.
to contest against GGHG.
Memang tak boleh perang lah cerita dia macam ni guys.
Nothing is going on here. I actually have a quote here coming in from King Salman. Our big problem is that our
Ayah Casey ni boleh main lagi ke tak apa. Kalau lead tengoklah makro dia macam mana.
And this could be good, could be bad. Maybe this is
Dekat sini je dia dah gap 1000 gold lead dengan jungler sebelah. Tanky jungle. So it's a bad thing sebenarnya. Ni Ruby pula, Ruby bisa apa tu? Tarik Mino untuk mati ke?
Yeah. I think Redmar even pointed it out. Smart Omega in general, even the men's teams that we have over there in the Philippines, they're known for like a certain timer. They call it the Omega timers. Now, even for the female team or for the Empresses, they have their own timer. And I think in a case, it's like, yeah, their first game for some reason, it's kind of like they're downloading the script. They're downloading the play here against their team they're facing. And right now, that's been happening.
Ni, dia nak engage pun tak boleh.
As the Lord approaches the base, and look at this, Murray just continuously getting dragged in. I'm going to be used into the Eternal Guard, forcing them back a little bit further.
Queen hampir
It's
tumbang.
still down in the mid lane. Quinn's going to be able to get away, but they hold on it to the base turrets for now.
Disiplin kau man.
That's probably the best thing Smart Omega Empress can hope for. When you're down like this,
Omega negara mana?
just get that
Filipin.
defense, hold on to your
Smart
base turrets.
Omega
How you
Empress.
deal with the Minotaur is isolate him away from his team and then kill him first. The thing is, they don't have a way to do that here, especially when you look at a lineup. You have an Arla, you have the Minotaur as well as the Jushin. They can actually protect the Minotaur. Looking at the itemization here, his full item is just the Flask of the Oasis. The rest are just the second tier items just to have a little bit of stats.
It's like a Chop Suey.
Chop Suey?
Chop Suey build.
Yeah. And then honestly, the Arla as well has been stacking up with the Thunderbelt. So this lineup is a little bit too tanky. That's why I was a little bit worried about the Hayabusa, especially the first item, Sky Piercer. I kind of feel like Sky Piercer is okay if you can confirm the kills. If, say, in your opposing side, there's 3 squishy heroes, like the mid, the jungler, as well as the gold laner. But when the opposing side is tanky for everyone except for the gold laner, I think it's not that great.
Keyboy. Minion Fury. Oi, tak sempat. Ulti yang ketiga. Blazing Duet. Kena slash. Mati ni. Satu untuk dua.
It's a 1-for-2 trade here. Smart Omega Empress does get Chiboy, but man, talk about a tough fight.
Itu Mino tu kalau dapat 3 kali ketuk tadi tu kan. Bom. Tu kalau sekali lagi ketuk tu.
And that's how they got the kill. But then afterwards, just because the difference in terms of gold as well as EXP made it so that it didn't look that big of a mistake. HOMEGIRLS was able to initiate a fight and still get something out of it. So a bit of a mistake coming in from Chiboy. But Smart Omega Empress, now they seem to understand they got to deal with the Minotaur first, and then start thinking about the rest of the team.
I think that's part of it. Once again, they're going to go. I'm offended. Already going to be utilized, and this should be another
mati.
kill. Chiboy will go down again right before this
Baru
Lord
miss
is going to be the
aku.
focus. So down a member. I'm wondering if Smart Omega Empress could go ahead and play with the advantage they have. They still have to keep an eye on these side lanes as well. You can see what Fafo is trying to do, trying to put pressure there on the bottom side.
Keyboy muka macam kau bah, jauhnya.
At least for Smart Omega Empress, they held onto the base turrets. They can keep it kind of under control for now. They might be looking for Asha here. She goes.
Oh, nice.
Look at the damage coming out from Hani though. She
Melayan pula marksman dia. Mati Ruby ni. Free lot terus. Nice. Ruby-nya down.
The flare dragging them back and forth. Now Smart Omega Empress might just have to watch this Lord take.
Kena ikat. Fokus perang lu. Boleh ratakan orang lagi mungkin.
They're too tanky. It's not gonna happen here. It looks like the Lord is going over to Gaming Gladiators HOMEGIRLS.
Free lot tuan-tuan dan puan-puan. Kekurangan manpower daripada Smart Omega.
I don't think so.
Taklah tak. The only.
At that point, you let it slip through.
Tak keluar sedap.
One.
Item winter dah siap tu. Sekejap lagi dia
This
Blazing
boy
Duet dah
just
beku
so many
guys.
times, have so much success throughout MWI alone. We didn't get a glimpse of her, at all during MSC because she couldn't be played. But here for MWI, it's been a nuisance for any team to go against it because even when you have a good initiation, you set things up. Once she joins the fight, someone is going to kind of have to be that sacrifice. Someone is going to have to be the one to get dragged around and stay back.
Aku rasa ni macam boleh end lah. Gap level dengan duit ni kan. Duit ni banyak tu.
Picked up for Quinn. And now this is a big play.
12
This is a
key
big
dia
moment
duk.
for Smart Omega Empress. Can they stay in the game here? The
Homegerls
Lord
pegang
making his way
goli.
down the bottom. 15, nearly 15 minutes in. We'll see how they play this out.
Yeah, honestly, this Jushin can force out mistakes, but Mireille probably could do something with the unoffended. Maybe could force an initiation coming in from Gaming Gliders and make them make a mistake. Queen right now taking a little bit of damage coming in from not Ayami, as well as the Lord comes in, but they're focusing on
Queen
him.
zoning.
Okay.
Ultimate daripada base sana. Queen cuba cari orang. Winter Crown telah digunakan oleh Queen. Blazing Duet dengan Winter Crown. Keshi. Oh, base sana die. Ruby down.
And now it's just a few members left of Smart Omega Empress. They want to fight back. Keshi waiting for the shadow kill to be back online.
Ashi down.
Ashen now looking for Quinn as she picks up the kill there. So far,
Tower
so
semua
good. It's a
bocor,
double
guys.
for Keshi.
Good news, bad news. Good news for Homegirls, they were able to get all of the inhibitors. Bad news is
Discipline ni, guys.
obviously there were moments where the minions was already in the base. They could have just ended it there, but not Ayanami pulled them away and able to delay the game, which is something that Smart Omega Empress really need, because once Natan has his items, which looks like is delaying the Holy Crystal, maybe that's why we're not seeing a lot of damage coming in from Smart Omega Empress.
gap.
Oh, oof, 12,000 and 9,000.
You know, you said she didn't have the gold lane experience earlier. I think we can say, you know, she had it in a way at this point now, even though she hasn't any kills, I think Fafao going in with the Blazing Duet and then just popping the Winter Crown is enough of a distraction to worry and then be like, oh, wait, we have to also worry about Hannah.
Yeah. At this point, it's the Lazy Winter.
Blazing Winter.
Yeah. Counting that one. Lazy Winter. But either ways, right now 11-4, because Shinoa is delaying that Holy Crystal, instead opting for a Divine Glaive as well as the Wind of Nature. I don't know about the damage
Jumpa tu Ayanami
at
tu.
this point. Not Ayanami is gonna get caught out.
Kena.
Oh, that was some distance on that one.
Nice. Baik.
And that's what I'm saying, LaFell. What do you do? How do you escape it? Right?
Free lot lagi lah tuan-tuan dan puan-puan. Lot ketiga
The itemization that not Ayanami has. Look at this. I mean, that was after she got sent through the wall.
If it was me, once I'm caught, I'm just gonna spam the emotes. I know I'm gonna die anyways. It's like, well played.
Okay, aku rasa ni dah boleh jadi ending lah guys. Ending game lah. Diorang punya hero memang
There's gotta be something done, but right now
memang tak dapat nak layan duk ni.
just going in the hands here of
Ruby paling useless lah. Ruby kat sana buat apa duk dalam tim ni.
How do they do this?
Tengok
How
tu
do they
salah war.
approach
Pam,
this
Nathan kan.
defensive
Free hit kan.
Okay. Try to imagine this.
I'm imagining.
Right? 5 men, I'm offended. Right? That's first step.
Wait, why are you starting there? I thought it started with mindset.
Mindset. This is where the real game happens, all right? 5 men, what did I say again? I'm offended. And then 5 men, Eternal Guard. And then at that point, Shinoa uses her ult, and then first kill, and then bam, bam, boom, bam, bing, Savage. That's how you do it.
We'll see if you have the foresight here.
Okay,
for
lot
this one,
masuk.
if it's
Mid
gonna
ni
be a
tak laju
5-man
sangat
or
ke?
not, but I thought you were just gonna say it's all in the mindset.
Okay, kat sana dah ulti. Queen dah cuba cari. Okay, tarikan, flicker, tak kena. Mini Fury, flicker, tak kena orang juga. Winter Crown, Haya, cuba cek orang, Final Slash kena. Keshi down.
Meanwhile, the rest of the Empress team will go ahead and keep the Lord at bay. They have to clear it out. Quinn is also
Queen ni
quite
motor
low.
pecah.
Not Ayanami trying to escape. Pops
Winter
the
Crown.
vengeance. Murray one hit away. Still
Ruby
has the
motor pecah.
immortality. So far, so good.
Conceal.
Can they keep it together? The base is going to be worked
Fafau
on.
cuba cari
Now,
crystal.
they clear the minions
Kena
out
ikat.
on the backside. Once again,
Blazing
they
Duet.
find them all. But not
Ayanami
will
down.
not be enough as she falls into the base and a couple more hits
Crystal,
on
crystal.
the crystal. But they can't find it. But they
Tuan-tuan dan
finally
puan-puan,
get the
game
hit.
pertama.
They get the game. And it's GGHG.
GG HG guys
Looks pretty happy with that one, but I gotta say, if I got
Alhamdulillah.
Jushin and I had
Kita bakal
that,
saksikan game kedua sebentar saja lagi.
I'd be pretty happy too. I mean, like in that game,